The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage and let's get this fucking show started.
Forum, assemble! Your Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books and your live weekly conversation about entertainment and geek culture. We are the Fantastic Forum, coming to you live and direct from the Hall of F. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as the case may be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, you should stick with us. We'll help you take it up a notch. You have the usual suspects in the building. First, he is our intrepid senior reporter. He's next in line for the cow. He's our resident Dark Knight detective. It's Oz.
They call him Kukul Khan, the 7th God.
Indeed they did. Indeed they did.
You want to see it again?
No, it's the same clip. What?
No, it's better.
Wait, what do you see?
It does sound better.
Oh, no.
It does sound better.
Well, I've been messing with this board since, well, you know.
Yeah. Next, he is the friggin' backbone, the pillar, the strength of Fantastic Forum, our nigh invulnerable brawler and resident strongman, Moses Magnet.
What's up?
Indeed. And as for myself, my name is Lawrence Young. They call me Mayor Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. We got a great show for you today because we're going to be talking to you all about our experience at LA Comic-Con this past weekend. And of course, we're going to be talking about the latest in comic book news and whatever else it is that you all want to talk about. So we got all that going on. And we'll tell you how it is you can get down with Fantastic Forum in just a moment. But first, before we do all that, we want to make sure that we thank Mr. Scott Rubin, because without him, this show would not exist. So thank you, Scott Rubin. Also, we want to give a shout out to Jay. He's not here. I hope he shows up, but he may not. So shout out to Jay, even though he's not here. We miss you, buddy. Come through. Fall through, Jay. Fall through. So, yeah. Gents.
Wow.
He's too big. Right. Exactly. It's like the online world is his real life. And then he plays Fantastic Forum every now and then. So, gents, how are you all feeling? You doing all right?
Yeah.
Oz with his perpetua.
I've
It's
been
like
working hard the last few days, slaving over a hot PC.
Have you really?
Yes.
No, okay. No, I mean, no, I'm just asking, like, is it, like, you know?
I wasn't expecting to be questioned.
No. You know, it's like there's working hard and then there's working hard. Like, you know, you work hard perpetually. But are you working extra hard right now, like more so than you usually work?
Well, yeah, you drove out our editor, so I gotta go in and edit my own videos, which are Kanye West love.
Wait, what happened? What did I do?
We were talking to one of our editors about Kanye West, and he ended up quitting because he may or may not be of the I can't say it.
Wait, can you not say it because you're scared? Like, what happened? You think you're gonna get canceled?
No, it's not as funny as I thought.
Let's just say he decided to he went and he brewed some beer instead of editing. He brewed beer. You can't say Jews because they get canceled, but you can say Hebrew.
Oh.
Can you say Hebrew?
What video's coming? I just
listen. I don't listen. I don't. Look, everybody knows that I've been a fan of Kanye West for a long time,
especially now.
But no. See, that's the whole thing where I'm like, dude. Even I'm at a point where I'm like, dude, like this guy is making it so that I can't even be like, you know, I'm of the mindset where I'm like, hey, you know, I always separate like the art from the artist. Like, you know, if you're looking to consume media from perfect people, the only person you're gonna mess around and be able to watch their stuff or listen to their stuff is maybe yourself. And even then, probably not, because half these people, 3/4 of these people don't think of themselves. They don't even have high self-concept of themselves, or
Okay,
it's
so
like,
this is now taking a serious tone, which I didn't intend.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
brought Kanye
Listen.
to point out your anti-Semitism and why our editor quit.
No,
But
luckily,
my anti-Semitism.
luckily we have a theme. You got some applause, right? We got a studio audience here. We're gonna have a game show, flash game show, real quick. Larry gets.
Uh-oh.
is it racist? Are we
Here's
doing
our
that
audience. Yeah. Play the audience. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they're happy. Everybody, yeah, you're here for what will Larry like least? Would you accept Kanye if he was a pedophile or anti-Semite or a murderer or a rapist? Larry, pick one. And Oz, how
No,
much?
I don't. I don't accept any of that.
Let's see. Do I want
No,
him
but you have to
be
pick
R-
one.
Let's
What
see,
would he
do I
pick?
prefer Kanye, R. Kelly,
No, but
Snoop,
Oz, what
Snoop?
would you
Why
think Larry
Snoop?
would pick?
because murder
What do
was
you
the
think
case that
Larry
they
will
gave
pick?
him. I'm sorry, we talked all over
He beat that case.
because he's rich. So did OJ.
Martha Stewart
I
was
don't know
rich.
anything- I
She
don't know
didn't beat
anything
her
about that
case.
I don't know anything about that
Yeah,
case.
but she's a woman.
See how you all do. I'm just saying, listen. But oh man, it like the whole thing is crazy and messed up. And don't get me wrong, it's like
Look,
everything Kanye West is getting right now, he deserves. I'm just trying to understand.
Kanye West is obviously a guy who was publicly, how do you say it? It's known that he's a manic depressive. He's actually he's obviously going through a manic episode and should be seeking help and have less cameras on him at this point because dude
100%.
like actually out of his mind right now. And I'm
People should be ignoring him and helping him.
And I'm more concerned about the depressive side because from the way I understand, the higher one level is,
right,
come the other way, it's going to be just as bad. So the crazier he's getting, he's gonna
he's starting with career suicide. And
Mo, Jesus, man.
But why am I the problem here?
What I will say to you, what I will say is this: is that, huh?
No, I'm just doing the Kanye shtick. Like I'm Da Vinci over here.
You're Da Vinci. There it is. Right. What I will say is this: is I wish people had messed around and had the same level of concern they have now when he was out here saying like slavery was a choice. Like that should have been the first.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that should look. Everybody was just like, "Oh man, Kanye out here, out here just saying crazy stuff." Nobody canceled him for nothing when he was like, "Slavery, 400 years." That sounded like a choice to me. It sounded like slavery was a choice. And not only did nobody take away nothing from him then or try to pull him aside, like, "What are you doing?" But the dude that did stand up and was like, "Bro, you're out here," Van Lathan, they fired him from TMZ not long after that. So, I'm just saying it's a wild world we live in, man, where it's like, okay, that should have been a moment.
Who would have thought
it wasn't?
It's like we're living in an M. Night Shyamalan universe because the twist is George W. Bush likes black people more than Kanye.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that makes it funnier.
Listen, it's Kanye in a whole different place, man.
If he was a white woman, they take away her money by her dad.
It's a wild world we live in. So what I also will say too is, I'm definitely 100% advocate of making sure that we help people that are having mental issues, and people like we should treat people kinder. Like there should be people that would not have Kanye West on their programs or on their platforms because they know that he's going through something right now. At the same time, mental illness does not make you racist.
Yeah.
Like you're either racist or you're not racist. And, it's like, and don't get me wrong, you can change. Like I'm not saying that somebody can't be racist at one point and change their views on people of particular races, or the other way around. Like you could be like have no problem with people of a particular background and eventually grow to have views of people for whatever reason. And either way, but what I'm saying is, in the same way how when Roseanne was trying to mess around and say that those pills made her say those things, what was it that there's no drug you take or no mental illness you have that's like, oh man, I was fine, and then all of a sudden I became racist. It's like, no.
Well, I think she did have like dissociative identity disorder, so it was a racist personality, is how she said it. But who knows? What I do know is like how you said, like if he's really like on the brink like that, and they keep putting him on TV and everywhere they can ratings,
because it gets ratings.
It speaks a lot about society and the society we live in.
Our society, right? American society, because I want to put that on the whole world.
When Alex Jones is telling, Kanye, like, whoa.
Right. Alex Jones sound like the sane one. Like, wow, like that's crazy. Wait, just the mask. The fact that this fool was wearing that mask on that show, I was like, dude, like
he was wearing the wrong color.
Who's out here? Oh, dude, I don't know, man. It's like I feel bad for Ye. I really do, and I hope he gets the help and gets the right people around him so that he can get a semblance.
I really want to make a stupid little joke about how I made some videos, and now we're all serious and talking about mental health issues.
Yeah, look, well, we care about the issues,
and now
listen. I don't know that there's anybody out here that can make any jokes about anti-Semitism right now. So I think I helped us.
I could go for a bagel.
See, there it is. Out here pushing that line. That's okay.
Look, I stopped myself from saying anything. Don't look at me like that. I stopped. That's what
Jay's here. He got pre-canceled. They're like, nah.
Scott Rubin.
I did thank Scott Rubin.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I did. As I do every week.
At one point, did run.
I was going to blame you for being an anti-Semite if you didn't.
No, I did it. I did it already. Oh, man. All right. Let's talk about something else. Anything else, please? Someone pick a subject.
I don't even know what the topic was for today. I think you
guys want to get in the reaction? Call Fantastic Forum on Skype and join the fun. Too shy to call in? That's okay. You can join the Discord chat room available at
fantasticforum.live.
Join the party. You know you want to.
Somebody needs to monitor that Discord chat room.
I mean,
we monitor the Discord chat.
No, but during the show, like if
during the show,
yeah,
there it is. Can we bring a chat comment out of chat into the show?
No, everybody left. Canceled.
Hexzilla says, as a Latino, you should be prepared to answer questions. That's true. That's true, Oz. Claw says, what's up, Fantastic Forum? What are your thoughts of the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer? It looks like we're getting an MCU version of Counter-Earth. Listen, Tiger Claw in chat, let us know. Did you know what Counter-Earth was before the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer? I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here.
You watched Spider-Man Unlimited?
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
How much you want to bet?
Let us know.
Huh? How much you want to bet?
I mean, I don't know. I guess I get. Here's the thing. I believe. I guess when you say it like that, I believe he probably did watch Spider-Man Unlimited, but he doesn't remember
Look at
kind
the
of
next
Earth from
comment from Tire Claw.
Yes. Thanks to Spider-Man Unlimited, which featured Counter Earth and the High Evolutionary. Oh, dang. Moses hits the nail on the head.
Yeah.
There it is. There it
Always
is.
bet on black.
Wait a minute. What? What happened now?
Sorry, I'm mentally ill.
So,
Was
yeah, man.
in Spider-Man Unlimited, was Counter Earth like in the comics where it's like just on the opposite side of the sun from the actual Earth?
Yeah, kinda. It's like a inverted dimensional thing.
Okay, see that makes a little bit more sense because
Yeah.
the multiverse and all that.
But the world was kind of like, it was more like a Blade Runner-y, and it did have more anthropomorphic people, and it had the High Evolutionary.
It had more anthropomorphic people than what?
Well, I'm sorry, it had anthropomorphic people and human people. Like they were like
and human people.
like the Morlocky people were regular humans that were treated like beneath the
Yeah,
other.
we still could get that. We only seen like a suburb.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we didn't see the ghetto.
That's where they put the more lucky
That was
people.
a very nice and very clean neighborhood.
No, jeez.
Look, we got a call early on in the show. We got a call. Let's see.
Caller, you are the fourth member of Fantastic Forum. Tell the people who you are, where you're calling from, and what you want to talk about.
Hi, my name's Hecht. I've been 7 months clean, and I'm calling from undisclosed location because I don't want them to find me or Kanye to find me.
That's fair. That's fair. Hecht, welcome.
Yo.
Talk to us, Hecht.
Man, shit's been crazy out there.
Where?
In the ghetto.
The ghetto. Dun, 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 dun.
Man, I want to tell you guys how I survived Black Friday. I didn't. I'm dead. Somebody came into the store and stole me like they stole everything else.
He said they stole me.
He's a victim of human trafficking.
Dang, I'm sorry, Hecht.
Everything, man. Human trafficking.
What happened? Like,
took
what-
my
what-
kid-
what-
Wait, hold on. Were you working the Black Friday or were you shopping at the Black Friday?
No, I was working
there's a
Black
difference.
Friday.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, they
At the art supply store?
yes, sir.
Well, they thought he was a little Christmas elf like Drax.
I thought I was a gnome.
Just grabbed him.
They,
Let
like
my
you heard
beard-
of elf on the shelf? There's Hecht on the deck.
Hecht on the deck. I love it. Wait, so
That's what they want.
is it crazy inside the art supply store
Sir.
on Black Friday?
Sir?
Art supply store. It's a Michaels, isn't it?
I mean,
It's more than-
you're
I-
both
Okay,
right.
the arts and
You're
crafts.
both right.
Well,
Yeah.
it's also they also have a lot of decorative stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's hobby, almost hobby, like 30% hobby, 30% art, 40% targety stuff.
No, it's more
100%.
20% targeting.
Okay.
Yeah,
100% concentrated power of will.
So Hecht,
100%
there are a lot of people in there?
oh yeah, man. There's everybody comes in. It's crazy. We got because here's the thing. Our store, Tucson in general, is an hour from the border. And we're the only Michaels in southern Tucson. I mean, southern Arizona in general. So we get people from Sierra Vista. We
Like
get
you're
people
really pinpointing it for Kanye now.
from, yay. Hey, yay.
Yay!
So we serve a lot of people, and all these people shop on Black Friday because everybody wants to keep it. Then you got the people that are hanging around in general from the area that want that shit without paying for it. And yeah, it gets wild. It gets
Aren't the prices really
What is
that
it that they
great?
steal? Like, I know what I would
whatever,
steal,
whatever they can grab.
man. And you can't
Last
do
week-
nothing.
Not if I don't want to get fired. Last
Wow.
week, there were two people that came in, literally stole a tree, Christmas decorations, possibly a tree skirt. I don't remember, but they got all their Christmas stuff at one time and just walked out, and they had a ride ready and took off.
My kids are gonna have a tree. God damn it!
Yeah, pretty much.
For years to come. It's plastic.
Yeah, and pre-lit.
Now,
Oh,
these
okay.
people that come in to steal, are they violent or are they just smash and well, not smash, but they just grab and walk out and that's it?
Grab and go.
Yeah, grab and go.
But they could be violent.
the
I'm not
industry
sure.
term.
We didn't see them at the time, so we couldn't ask them, "Hey, do you need help or anything?" Because you can't confront. You can't go, "Hey, can't be stealing that," because that's confrontation, and that's against policy.
Yeah, and then you get fired.
Exactly.
Like
So
even if
there's-
the dude says, "Oh, my bad, you're right, sir," and drops it and walks away, you still get fired.
Well, technically, he's
Possibly.
not stealing it until he steps out the door, so you can't really do anything until he says, "What? Fuck you! I'm not paying for this. I'm out." And then he has to be outside the store. In which case, you can't do anything, even if you're a security guard.
It's not stealing
Joker
until
won.
they.
The Joker won.
Yeah, he did. Batman was fighting for nothing.
Yeah.
And now he's dead.
Yep.
How many pops were stolen?
We don't carry him anymore.
Because
Oh.
they kept getting stolen.
What kind of pops do they carry at Michael's?
None anymore. We used to carry like the regular ones. What they did
Yeah.
carry the last time we had some were like the do-it-yourselves.
Oh
The
yeah.
ones that you had to pay
Oh.
because it made sense, right? We had the exclusive Disney ones,
Yeah.
and it
Like
made
Disney
sense.
do-it-yourself pops?
Yeah, we had the last ones we had that I remember were Bo Peep. I want to say Simba and Dumbo. Man, this is talking pops. Did we start already?
We can. I mean, unless you got another story of harrowing adventures in Michael's defending your honor or Michael's honor, that at least.
I just looked it up. We do have Jesus pops, like Jesus
Mhm.
Christ pops.
Yeah, they have.
Who was the other
they have-
Jesus you thought we were confusing him for?
Well, because you type in Jesus pop, and there's the one from The Walking Dead.
I want to see this.
That guy.
It's
Link
like,
it.
look, maybe I thought my dad had a pop. How about that?
Is your dad named Jesus?
My dad is named Jesus, son of Mary.
yeah, and
Bullshit.
Joseph.
Is he really?
Yeah, my grandpa's name is Mary. His name is
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wait, your
We don't know
grandpa's
what-
name
we
is
don't know
Mary?
what happened to her dad. Well, we know what happened. He got stabbed after a gambling altercation, but
What the fuck?
that was
But
before I was.
I'll just talked about this before.
I think I mentioned Grandpa.
Yeah.
I didn't even know his name. I have one
Yeah.
picture of him. He's drunk too. There.
In the
His name
picture?
was
Picture. I don't know if
Oh,
he's
jeez.
because it's just him sitting there like. You know?
Oz is actually named after his grandfather. If you didn't know that, but
I didn't know that.
yeah, I know that.
I should ask my dad what my grandpa's name is if he ever met him.
Oh man.
Man, this just got sad again.
It really did.
Oh, no. You want to see sad? My dad's in the hospital. I just got a video of it earlier from my
Wait,
brother.
a video? A video from
Yeah.
who?
From my brother. He no
Why did he take
context.
a video.
He just took a video and sent it to me. That's it. Nothing like, oh,
That's-
hey,
that's how you find
better,
out?
or like, literally like a half hour before the show.
Wait, so is there any
I can't
audio
remember.
in the video?
Yeah. He's eating, and they ask him if the food's good, and he's like, yeah, it's delicious.
Oh, so he's fine then.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, something's definitely wrong. Yeah, it's hospital food.
Yeah.
So, oh man, dude has a tumor in his head.
Like, what
Well,
hospital have you ever been to where the food is delicious?
So all my brother said is like they're checking him to make sure he doesn't have cancer. But he looked like he aged 30 years since the last time I saw him. So like that's some bullshit. I inherited his brain already. Now I can get cancer too because of this motherfucker.
Damn.
I know his name, Oz. It ain't all it's cracked up to be.
What a name! Because like, what if his name was God?
This is an uncharacteristically dark episode of Fantastic Four.
I blame
we
Joe.
went anti-Semitism. We're like, okay, let's start off here. Then we went to Michael's robbery, and now we're at.
We got anti-Semitism and just fucked it in its ass.
I know my grandparents on my mom's side. I mean, they're dead now, but like, I got to know them.
Yeah. Oh, how nice.
Yeah. And yeah.
So heck.
Now you made it
What
sad
else
again.
about Pops? What else about Pops? Hat?
Man, there's a lot of stuff, man. I don't. Should I get into it? Because I got mad.
You got
last
to.
week.
Yeah.
From my
No,
pops,
mad
talk
last
about
week.
dead grandparents for another 20 minutes.
This one goes out to Oz's dead grandparents.
and my
I mean, that's all of them at this point. I have no living grandparents.
Hey, me
No.
neither, man. Me neither.
Thanks a lot. I'm gonna look
sad.
at
It's all sad again now.
Heck, man.
What
Should
up?
I just show my pop? Not the one
Yeah.
in the hospital, like my actual Funko Pop.
Yeah,
oh,
dude.
is that the connection?
Yeah. That's a segue.
That's how you segue right there.
Pop.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Goddamn professional right here.
Yeah.
For years, I said that I would never buy a pop, and then I bought a double pop. I think I've shown it before.
What's a double pop?
The
It's
two
a two-pack.
Oh, like a
Not-
2-pack.
Not
Oh.
Tupac, but a double pack.
Because it's hard to find booster gold stuff. So I saw this and it's like I had to have it, even though I'm vehemently against pops. Like there's just everything's a pop now. Don't look
Yeah.
at the screen.
Why would you be against those 2 pops though? Those pops are great.
I'm just like, against the idea of pops in general. And I only have this one because, like I said, it's hard to find booster gold merchandise. And then it had Blue Beetle too. So
Yeah.
I kind of had to get the dynamic duo.
The dynamic
Yes.
duo. That's not who that is. How dare you?
But yeah,
Uh,
so that's my only pops.
Yeah, I've definitely limited my pop collection to properties that I really, really like and appreciate and enjoy.
I just
So-
I just buy the ones that I like, and that's it. Like whether it's they're part of a set or not. Like I know when I got the monsters, I bought the whole set. The
Yeah.
Universal monsters, I bought all the big 4. You know, I actually
Who are the big 4 of the Universal monsters?
it's Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Wolfman, and the Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Not Dracula, huh?
Oh yeah, Dracula too.
That's
Oh,
fun.
so that's the big 5 now.
I think Bride isn't as big.
Yeah, well,
Dang.
in my household,
Because you're
it is.
sexist.
Well, no,
Yeah.
you need the Bride, obviously. For
Yeah.
production. But if you're saying like the big 3, big 4, I don't.
Yeah.
Cheats.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, she's bigger than the Creature of the Black Lagoon in my household for sure.
I mean, I think the creature from the Black Lagoon probably doesn't even belong in the big whatever.
No, it
That's
used
you've
to.
never seen it.
I've seen it.
No, you
The
haven't.
creature has his own slot machine, so I'd say he's up there.
It's actually a romance story. It's just done from the wrong perspective.
Like, listen, we
Like
we
The Shape
didn't
of
even
Water, right?
the
Huh?
Shape of Water. Yeah.
It's like the
Yeah,
Shape of
that's
Water.
the sequel. The Shape of Water is the sequel to the Creature of the Black Lagoon.
So, and we're not even going we're gonna pretend like the Mummy doesn't exist, huh?
Oh yeah, that's the other big
Universe.
part of it.
So the big six.
Well, I'm just saying, like the Mummy is bigger than both the Bride and the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
And the Invisible Man, I got him too.
See, there you go. Like so this turns out to be like this is like the big seven.
Yeah.
Magnificent
Well,
Seven.
and that's why I said big four, because if I say big seven, they're gonna think we're talking about my dick.
I doubt that, sir.
You'd be surprised.
You enjoyed yourself on Sunday.
You said you wouldn't tell anyone, Moses. No, you said.
Damn.
So,
December. Yeah, man.
Heck, you wanted to talk about Pops.
I want to talk about Pops making me pissed off. There was a convention exclusive Superman when he's all powered up, electric, whatever, but he was red. And I was putting it off. Finally, I had money to buy it, and he sold out, and I got mad, man. And then that's when I got kidnapped.
Wait, so but a red electric Superman pop, like, is that new? Like that came out?
Yes,
I thought a while ago.
It was exclusive primarily on the Funko store. Like it was in the shop, like the physical shop, and then it was on the website.
You can
then
get it for $40 at Walmart.
Then,
but not every Walmart has it though.
Oh, but I'm online, so.
Then it went to Amazon as an exclusive, and it was $15 on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept putting it off because, it's going to be there. Nobody's going to buy this anymore. Everybody who wanted it already got it. Well, apparently I was wrong.
Oh.
Why?
Cat's been out here laying in wait for electric red Superman.
Yeah.
Wow, and it's more popular than the blue one.
Because the blue one's been out since last year.
$30 on eBay.
Anybody who's getting the blue one should have already gotten it by now.
See, and that's really interesting because, like, obviously, Superman with electric powers was a moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
But from a comic perspective, you don't think of it as like a popular moment in time. Like, I really feel like
I thought
many
people
Superman
hated that story.
That's what I'm saying. Many people were very turned off by the idea of this like version of Superman that is not traditional, and he has this very like what I mean. It was that the 90s or the early 2000s?
It was
late 90s. Yeah, like 98.
Okay.
It was
so you got this.
I think it was less hated than bisexual Superman. I mean, more hated than bisexual Superman.
I think so too. 100%. Which, I mean, again, like the Connor Kent Superman is a different character, but I agree. Like, I feel like, there are some people in some circles that are definitely not a big fan of this Connor Kent Superman, but I agree. Like, I feel more people were like very unhappy with this, the idea of these, like, one, of Superman having electrical powers and not being traditional, and then two, when they split and it's like, there's two, and it's like people were like, this is the worst.
Because the thing was with a lot of those people, they were older and they were into traditionalism, so they wanted traditional Superman.
I hear you. You're talking to comic nerds, and you're right. That's who I was talking
to. They actually read the comics. Like when you talk about bisexual Superman, it's like Fox News talking about it. It's Tucker Carlson going like, he's bisexual.
It was John Kent, not Connor, right? You're saying Connor. No, Lawrence was saying
sorry. You're right. It's Connor. My bad.
You don't know comics that much, but
I don't know
it's DC.
I don't know DC comics. No.
Well, speaking of pops, did any of you guys get the exclusive Midnight Suns Iron Man pop that came when you pre-ordered?
No.
I didn't pre-order.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, me neither.
It'll be on eBay within 2 weeks.
Show us the pop. Show us the pop. We want to see it.
No, I didn't, but it was I had a chance to because I went to the GameStop
Yeah.
the day before it came out. To look, 'cause I didn't even remember if I pre-ordered it or not. Someone to ask, and like, no, you didn't, but you still can, and you get the pop too. I was like,
Can I just get the pop?
Fuck no.
That's how you know Oz lives in the middle of nowhere. Like there's still a GameStop there.
There's like 3 or 4 around there.
Yeah.
Wait, 3 or 4?
Yeah. And then like they have 5 blockbusters too.
But your town isn't that big. Why do they need 3 or 4?
They're
My
franchise.
town is 4 cities put together. How dare you? That's what.
Wait, say what?
Quad cities. I did a whole video explaining this. I understand my audio in that video was atrocious, but it's still.
So he needs 4 because 1 is the one that sells the video
Well,
games.
there's
And
3.
the other 3 are
one of them
fronts.
closed down.
Oh,
4
okay.
was too many. Yeah, there's
Uh,
near where I live.
dude.
Larry had a pop that I didn't know that he had, and apparently it's behind him right there. Like I don't, Larry, like right there. And we saw it at the convention at LA Comic Con. Like, Larry, you want that? He's like, I have that. I'm like, no, you don't. And he goes, yeah, I have it right here. And it's like it's always in the video, and I'm like, I don't even notice it, and I can barely notice it right now.
Yeah, like I got my.
You know?
This is my pop Transformer shelf, so I got like my like traditional Bumblebee, which the light is
Nope,
hard to see,
keep
but
it
there
down.
it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
There it is. So I got my traditional Bumblebee because look, kids, this is what Bumblebee looks like. I know that you're like, I don't
Supposed to
believe
look
you,
like.
but that's what he looks like.
That's not even what classic Bumblebee looked like.
Bumblebee.
It is what classic Bumblebee looks like. What are you talking about?
It's like distorted and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I mean, dude, it's a pop, you son of a bitch. And
That's the
then,
title of this episode.
and then you got Optimus Prime.
Yeah, it looks like the new
And,
Daytona one.
Oh, how dare you? How dare you?
That keeps
Are we
coming.
gonna
I know you saw
talk about
trailer? I
the
know you saw the
before-
trailer. We'll talk about that in
Yeah.
a little bit.
And then I got Grimlock here.
Oh, because he's black.
Wait, what? What does that mean? What are you saying these things as? I don't understand you. And then I like tucked in the corner, which you couldn't see. I got Jazz.
He's also
see, you should
girlfriend. You
save your racism for Jazz. You should have saved your racism, but you used it up. You used it up. Now you look like a dweeb.
yeah,
You were immature. Oz was
See?
immature. Again.
And then back here.
I can't be racist. My beer is black.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
god. Is the Unicron.
That's one.
Yeah.
That's the
And this was actually gifted
Yeah.
to me. So yeah, this is awesome, man. I love this pop. And it's like the thing, like I'm not like this is a pop that I probably would not have gotten for myself. And I think that's why somebody gave it to me because they knew
and that's
that I
why
wouldn't
it's so cool
like.
too, because it's
Yeah, man.
uh,
It's very cool.
I remember seeing that.
I
and
love
I'm like,
it.
"Tim, you want that?" And I was hoping he would say yes because I would have just bought it then and there. And then he's like, "No, I
Oh.
have it already." No, you don't. And then he's like, "Yeah, it's right on my shelf, like on the show." And I'm like, "I can't see it," and it's because it's covered by Bumblebee and Jazz.
Bumblebee.
Boomblibly.
And then the way he's got his
There it
hands,
is.
looks like he's behind bars. 'Cause he's got
And size doesn't matter. Because size doesn't matter. I'll show my pop. And this is the one that Emily got me about. I want to say about 2 weeks ago. She got me as a little gift, and it is the Papa Emeritus
Oh, nice.
or
That's very cool.
Ghost. Yeah, and these small pops are actually really cool. We were at a convention.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, should I just collect these tiny ones because I can fit a lot more? Because I love. I love them. Even the ones like I have like a Duck Dynasty one, and I don't even like Duck Dynasty. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a problem.
It's
It just
also
looked
that's
cool.
all.
It just looked funny with the beard, and it was at the 99-cent store. I'm like,
Why
I'll
did you
get.
get the ZZ Top pop
Ah.
then?
Do they have a ZZ Top one?
They probably do.
Yeah.
There's a pop of everything.
Yeah, they do.
That's always been. That's my issue. With it. Like, they're
Yeah, I know they got the Metallica ones. Yeah, but at this
Listen,
convention,
Mhm.
oh, go ahead, Larry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say the only case of somebody wanting a pop that didn't actually exist beforehand was me with the original X-Men pops. That's it. Everybody
And
else.
you willed that into existence.
Hey, listen, I don't know if I would love to take that credit. I feel like they were just like, damn it, he won't shut up. I don't know if it's will as much as it's like, dude, like we need to get this guy off our back. He keeps tweeting. Enough.
That's sweet, just like my wife.
I actually do have a list of pops that don't exist that I want. And it's,
Do you really?
Yeah,
Where are those?
I need
Like
a-
who?
the band Unto Others. Like I need a pop of those guys,
You deserve that. You should get it.
and then a band called Midnight. I need a pop of those.
Midnight
Yeah.
or the midnight?
No, Midnight, not the Midnight. Midnight.
Mhm.
Yeah, very different.
I'm
Very
And, and just because I was like, not even though I wasn't technically just bitching about the lack of original X-Men pops, but just because I had mentioned it, like those are in my background too, right up there on the shelf back there. So like, that's how much like I love those things. I love them so much. I have 2 sets. Like I love them. They are awesome.
Is the second set out of the box?
Not yet, but they will be.
All right.
Yeah,
And,
not yet because I haven't. I displayed those and they're in the box, but I will have a set that I'll display outside the box with a number of other first class action figures and such. Like my little first class shrine. My first class shrine.
Let me tell
Okay.
you about this stupid project that came to me at the beginning of the pandemic. I
go.
decided, hey, I want a little shrine of Goku in pop form
Mm-hmm.
with a dragon. How cheap are these
Yeah.
going to be? Or how expensive?
That sounds
are they gonna be?
fantastic.
So I started looking. This was the beginning of the pandemic, like 2 years
Mhm.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
I got started with end of Dragon Ball Z Goku, where he's in the blue gi.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got Dragon Ball Goku where he's a kid in the blue gi. And then it
Nice.
started getting more expensive from there.
Mm.
I am currently at end of DBZ Goku, Dragon Ball Goku on Nimbus,
Mm-hmm.
first appearance Super Saiyan Goku,
Mm-hmm.
Super Saiyan 3 Goku, glow in the dark,
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Super Saiyan God Blue Goku,
Mm-hmm.
fucking Shenron. That was surprisingly cheaper than I thought because I got it from the
Okay.
Funimation site. So it's glow in the
Mhm.
dark, and it was like a price I don't want to admit to, but it was cheaper than
Got
what
you.
it would have been on eBay.
Done.
And,
Look. I feel you, my friend.
right. And I think the last one I need is red Super Saiyan God Goku.
Gotcha. Wait.
Now,
So
heck, why? Oh, sorry. I have a very important.
go ahead.
Very
Mo.
important. Correct. Look, I understand you don't want to call in with video, but
Yeah.
if you're gonna call in, you should do some pre-production and have pictures to show.
Yeah.
Because-
No, I agree with Moses 100%. We need those pictures.
How can I buy your Instagram rights? Because I know you don't do Instagram. Can I buy your? I'll show off your collection on our Instagram.
Listen. I will take the pictures and I will send them to you.
Nah, I don't trust you
Do
to
it.
take the picture, but I'll go
Oh,
take
damn.
the picture. Yeah, I don't.
Dude, are we road tripping to Heck in Arizona? Let's road trip to
might
Heck. Oz, meet
we
us in
might have-
Arizona. Oz.
When's the next Tucson Comic Con? We'll go
Shit,
down there.
not till next year, man.
Damn it. Okay.
Next
It's
year
always-
is like 3 weeks away.
In
Okay.
perpetuity, with the options for his Instagram rights. I'm buying right now for $1.
Listen, I will give it to you for free.
$1.
I will give it to you for free on the condition that I do not make an Instagram. So if I ever make an Instagram,
All right.
I take 50% of the rights back.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, we
right.
could all get monetized. I'm good with that.
All right.
Perfect. All right. Yeah.
Look,
See, that's how you make a deal, Larry. That's how you make a deal.
I see. I see.
It's
The art of
binding.
the deal.
You
Digital
look,
handshake.
I won't even take the $1. You can get me a cherry Coke or a Pepsi.
Ah, no, I ain't getting a Pepsi. I wouldn't do that to my worst enemy.
I like Pepsi though.
I went to Larry's birthday and I asked for Jack and Cokes and they gave me watered down whiskey because they knew that if they put Pepsi in it, I'd be so mad.
I mean, you don't do Jack and Pepsi. That's wrong.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Like Jack, look, I only ask for Jack because I know places like that only have Jack like right off the bat. Like unless I want a specific whiskey, I ask for it. But yeah. Like when they gave me a really clear looking Jack and Coke, I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers got Pepsi. Yeah,
They got Pepsi.
yeah.
Like, I love Pepsi, but I'm not gonna ask for a Jack and Pepsi. It ain't right.
Yeah.
It don't taste right. It ain't right.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we were at LA Comic Con this last weekend, and I found this beauty.
Yeah.
Dude, I kept seeing that on Amazon and I almost bought it.
Come with
yesterday.
a little Silver Surfer.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
It does. It does come with little Silver Surfer. And it can fit in its hand.
Yes.
yeah. It has a little stand where you could put it in its hand, and I actually bought a little staging box where you can photograph everything, and it doesn't fit in the little staging box for it, so I could take pictures for the Instagram. So I got to build my own little box to put it in to take.
Are
a
you
picture.
gonna put it with blacklight in the pictures?
I bought it specifically for that, and that's one of the problems. So we were filming stuff, and we're filming like a vlog kind of stuff, and we did interviews and shit. There's it on our channel. Hit the bell, you can find it. I did a special unboxing of a rare Pokemon card. There's that, and it's a hit. It's already got 5,000 views, and then I bought this, and I actually shopped around to see the prices, and I didn't get the best price. I got the first deal I got, but then I'm like, man, you know what? Maybe I should check the prices. So in Magic of Editing, you're gonna see a riveting video of me finding the best price for it. But there was a variant of this. So they have the original color one. They have this one, and then they have a variant of more inverted colors. So they're black light colors. And that I'm like, I almost bought that, but that was almost 3 times as much as this one.
Yeah.
And I made a promise to Emily that I would only buy things that could fit in a bag, and they gave me a bag that fit this. So, and then I actually have art pieces in here. Let's see. I don't know if we can.
Are those art pieces still right in there? Oh, that's awesome.
They're still in there. Yeah.
Be careful! Don't rip it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh God, my heart.
Dropping value on live.
Look, I honestly don't care about the value. Like, I just like the look and the psychedelia of it. The art pieces are in there. I can't seem to get them out.
Oh no!
Here it comes.
There,
Oh, okay.
there you go.
Oh, those are beautiful.
Oh no! Oh no!
See what you made me do on?
The Galactus just lost like $10 right there.
Oh, that's Ghost Art.
Yeah.
There it
I
is.
saw that video. Oh my! I looked him up. I couldn't find him.
You didn't do-
Really?
There's a QR code in the video, so you can
Right,
see-
but I tried to just like type it in and I couldn't. Like I tried googling him, I couldn't. I haven't used the QR code. Obviously, that's
Yeah.
the best way to go. And if you want a QR code to the artist of those beautiful pictures that Moses just sent, just click on our video where we talk to the artist himself, Ghost, not the band.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
man.
hit-
I
Ghost
can't
is
even say
super
Ghost the
cool.
artist because people think it's the band.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, that works for a Hauntor.
Is that watercolor?
So
Yes.
it's not only is it watercolor. Like I watched the video of him doing it after and researching it, and he's using watercolor markers. So it's not even like it's a really so it's a really calculated way of doing this watercolor effect. Like if this was a mistake when you're doing it, not this one, but like if this was a mistake when you're creating a Venom, it would look cool. But he's actually doing it really calculated with actual markers. So every stroke does its thing. And in the interview, you kind of hear a little bit of his process, and it's really amazing. And I almost bought a real one of the originals, but it didn't fit in the bag. So.
I'm gonna hit you up after
Those-
the show to
Okay.
tell me how much you paid for that Galactus.
I'll tell you right now. I'm proud of it. It's $40. Yeah. There was
That's not bad.
that's not
That's
bad
not
for
bad
it.
at all.
It's
not bad
No,
at
it's a
all.
great price.
Yeah, for that variant, because I would have paid $40 for the regular with the regular silver looking Silver Surfer, and I missed it. Like they had it at Target, and I'm like, man, I'll come back to get it. And then Emily told me go get it, and then when I went back, it wasn't there. And then when I asked the guy if it was when he knew there were gonna be more, he said he didn't know. So
Have
That
you
was
seen the
it.
space one?
what?
The space one?
No.
What's the space one?
It's Galactus and Silver Surfer, and the way they're painted, they look like space. Like they look like the universe. They're out
Like a space pop?
no, like the way they're painted is like it's hard to explain. Let me get you a picture.
Like they're reflecting the expanse
Yeah.
around them.
Yeah.
Well, you got to be a poet like me. You sound like Larry when you don't explain things right.
Oh, see how
Yeah.
I do?
I couldn't find the words is the problem.
I got it.
'Cause It
Tiger
looks
Claw
so
chat says
magnificent. You know what I mean?
Tiger Claw in chat says we need to see a picture of Hecht in his Michael's uniform.
Isn't it just a red
I
vest?
can show you that shit in a fucking Discord.
Oh,
There
it's
it
just,
is.
it's just
I
a
need
red
that.
vest, right? See my vest? See my vest?
Yes, that's the picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's pretty
wanted that
cool.
one
I didn't
so
even know
bad.
that existed.
Yeah, it's
I like the
very
one Mo got
rare.
better.
I mean, the one that Mo got is great too. Like they're
Yeah.
like it's completely different styles. So it's like it's a matter of. But like I didn't know. Like let's put it like this.
But Larry,
Pretty much
like
agree-
no, sorry, go ahead, Larry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say every version of this Galactus I've seen so far, I'm like, I would own all of these.
But you saw the other one I saw, right? With the other colors.
Yes.
Like it was still that same motif but different colors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bitch for not getting that one too, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's like, no. It's like you can get one at a time. There'll be another opportunity. Like it's fine.
No, it's not. I mean, I could have gotten them all there. Like, you saw, like I almost bought all three of those that were just stacked up on each other.
It'll be fine.
I should have bought it, right?
No, you're good. You bought what you bought what you were supposed to buy, and that was enough.
Yeah, supposed to. I don't live my life by supposed. You're right, Larry. I should have bought it.
I don't think I said that, but okay.
I'm not too hot on that other variant. Like it looks cool, but I feel like the colors scream to me desert, and I don't.
Yeah, because they're more on the like this one's more on the magenta side of Galactus's color scheme. The other ones are more on the yellow side.
Did you guys cut my privileges or something? Why can't I share my screen?
You should be able to.
There's like no button for me to share my screen.
It might be StreamYard in itself.
All right.
We
well,
might.
Like,
They want us to pay to have you as like a co-host.
I'm also not logged in.
Oh,
oh,
okay.
we
I
should
don't
log
think I
in.
have my login.
You should. No,
No,
You just
Well, if I have a
log
login, it's not the Fantastic
just
Forum
log-
login.
all
Yeah.
you gotta do is you go and log it, put in the thing, and they're gonna send you a code to
Oh,
the email.
jeez. You know what? Joke's not worth it. I'm gonna take that window.
But yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, heck, where the color scheme, like this is the better color scheme,
Yeah.
but I need to have, like, I didn't even know that space one existed, so now I need that one. And like, if I'm gonna get multiples of a pop, it's gonna be that. Like, I slept on the Thor Ragnarok. Like, I really wanted the Thor, like the huge Thor one from Ragnarok with the armor, and I didn't get it.
I
So
don't think I've seen that one.
it was like, it's the same size. It was a Target exclusive.
Oh
and
yeah, I did see that one. Yeah.
I had the chance to get it, and I didn't get it. And I like, when I saw this one, I didn't even think about it. So I just bought it. But
So-
yeah, there's another convention coming in March, so I'll be getting that. I'll be there.
So I had gotten the Galactus, the regular size pop.
Uh-huh.
That was the first one, and I was like, yeah,
Right.
they're gonna make a jumbo one with a Silver Surfer eventually. And
Yeah.
like a year later, that's when that first one came out,
Yeah.
and I was like, God damn it, I don't have no room.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, when I got it, like, Emily just looked at me. She wasn't mad or nothing, so I was happy about that.
You think?
And she's like, "Where are you gonna put it?" And I'm like, "Right here, right? Where I do the show." Like, but it was only there for like an hour so far. The other time it was actually on my chair that I sit in because I have no space for it. Which is why I like these little ones. I'm like, I think if anything, I'm gonna collect these little ones because
Yeah, but
The little ones
then
are nice.
they look the same and they're just smaller, so I have more space for them.
I mean, you got the little ones, but then they look even cooler because you got that big ass Galactus over them.
Yeah.
See, like
Yeah.
I'm in the
Yeah.
position where I have all these wrestling pops now, and I don't
Yeah.
know where to put them.
We got to get a Fantastic Forum warehouse for pops.
And just save them. Save them.
We don't even need to look at them. We just know they're there.
Yeah, the safe and
I have a problem with pops because, like, I have a whole over my TV. I have a row of pops that are just open, they're not in the
Yeah.
box. Because I love how they look outside the box.
yeah.
Mhm.
But then I can't seem to throw out the boxes either. So on the other side of my house, I have a shelf with just boxes. Yeah, because it's
With
like,
pop
I-
boxes.
yeah. And
So
I know you
should-
can sell them on eBay, the boxes.
Yeah, and they're stupidly priced. Like you can make
Yeah.
good money off of that.
Yeah, but
I got a big Godzilla and King Kong out of the boxes, and they're the big ones. So I'm like, where the fuck do I put the boxes? So I cleared space in my closet just to like put them somewhere where I don't see them. But they're there. I got the boxes put away, and then I got King Kong and Godzilla on my desk, and they just look at me all the time, taunting me.
yeah.
But they look cool
That's
as
what
shit.
happens. So,
man.
oh, go ahead, Mo.
No, it's just to conclude. I was gonna try to run across and bring my double pack of a 2-pack of pops, but it's Mitch and Cam from Modern Family is not quite the dynamic duo that Oz has. But I love it. I have an assistant. Thank you, baby.
I feel like Mitch and Cam is just as much of a dynamic duo as Booster
Good.
Gold and
I
freaking
actually
Blue
I want to
Beetle.
buy. I do want to buy a separate, because you can't get the double pack of these. You could get them separate now, but you can't get the double pack. And I'm thinking, like, now I'm like, man, I got to get him out of here and use this box and repaint these dudes as Booster Gold and and Blue Beetle, with like Blue Beetle being like, oh, like Cam from Modern Family. Yeah.
No,
I don't know what,
you,
but yeah, that's just Cam.
you gotta get the separate ones and get an empty box off of eBay.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Hold on 1 second.
Pre-producing. No.
Putting it back.
Yeah.
Look, see,
Thank
I
you,
always want her
Emily.
to talk on the microphone. She won't do it. I want her to hit me when I say something stupid that pisses her off with a shoe. She don't do it. But she's here when I need my double pack of pops.
Of course, there it is.
I love her.
As you should.
Here comes the shoe. Oh,
Yeah, man. I was gonna say that we we were at LA Comic Con Sunday, and it felt like very much like how things felt before the pandemic did.
Nature is healing itself.
yeah.
Yeah, which it's probably the first con that I personally went to where I'm like things didn't feel sparse, and I didn't get to go to like San Diego this year, but
You weren't there?
from what
No.
I was not there. I was not there. Like just my spirit, the spirit of Mayor. But
I'll barely remember his last Comic Con though, right?
he's
Either
like,
one of them.
who was calling me a dumbass all that time? That wasn't you? No, I was like, no, Oz, I don't ever call you a dumbass. I just give you the look.
Because we have video of that. I was like, oh, can I buy that box?
But I know that like Comic-Con this past Comic-Con, I know that they limited the attendance. So I know that, which I'm not saying that was a bad thing, mind you. But I do know that there was like fewer people there than are usually there. And so so while it was, I'm sure, a lot of people still, it was less than what would normally be their pre-pandemic levels. And so this, I was just like, no, it felt good. It was very cool. And, I mean, I had a good time, man. I had a real good time.
I hated it.
Why'd you hate it, Mo?
Here's the
Tell
thing,
them why you mad, son.
So this is the thing, like it's starting. This is the first one that actually kind of feels like a real convention. Like we went to Long Beach Comic Con and that felt real too, but it's a lot smaller.
Right.
It felt like a swap meet, but in a good way. And the experiences we had there this past Long Beach Comic Con were great, and I like that because they still did it small for a similar reason.
Right.
This one felt like it's like trying, like they had 2 halls, like it's almost like E3 level,
Yeah.
And it that's fine, except I didn't know if I was going or not. So I'm like, you know what? Emily's like, you gonna buy your ticket online? I'm like, no, I'll just buy it when I get there. Like, I know they're probably not gonna take cash, so I'll deposit my money in the bank. That's fine. I go there, and look, it's not like they have like the hospitality department of a hotel that is near that area of downtown telling me that I can't buy my ticket at the door.
Right.
So he doesn't have that couth. He doesn't have that customer service attitude. And look, I'm not trying to be all bougie. I'm just trying to say, like, if you want my money, you got to make it a little bit easy to give you my money. And if I have to do it online, you better have a fucking Wi-Fi kiosk where I can just buy it. Because if you're not selling tickets at the door, I'm not going to see if I had, like, figure out if I have bars or not. And so right at the metal detector, they're like, oh, I go, where's the box office? It's like, oh, you can't get box office. There's no box office. There are no ticket sales at the door. You have to buy them online ahead of time. And I'm like, okay. Hey, look, I'm a businessman. I run a business in this new post-COVID world. I work with appointments, you know. I deal with appointments more than walk-in service because I'm preventative of whatever disease could infiltrate me and kill my loved ones. Like I get it. You could do your box office off-site, one by one. If you want my fucking money, yeah, I can accommodate customers if I want money that bad. You know, I do the way I do things the way I do them. That's fine. This motherfucker said, "Oh, you can go to Starbucks if you don't have Wi-Fi or bars." And I'm like, "Where's the
Really?
Yeah, where's the Starbucks?" And he goes, "I don't know."
Uh,
And I'm like, "They have a Starbucks in their fucking lobby," you know, like, yeah, but I can't get to the lobby unless I get my fucking ticket.
right.
I'm like, "So what is?" So he's like, he goes, "Well, I don't know what to tell you." I'm like, "Yeah, you don't know what to tell me." Yeah, I go, it's a customer service issue. And if that doesn't mean anything to you, is why you're probably volunteering to make sure I get through this fucking metal detector that'll make me feel safe where I'm really not safe. Yeah. And that was my experience. I called Larry. I'm like, Larry, look, they're not letting me in. My bars are look. My bars, I got T-Mobile 5G, not Verizon 5G. For some reason, it was just it might have worked if I would have waited 20 minutes. At that point, I had lost my patience. So that was my experience going in to LA Comic Con. LA Comic Con, you got to make it easy. Like, you know, buying tickets at the door is a working man like me that's going to spend money there with your vendors is not going to like buy 5 days in advance right off the bat. You're not San Diego
Right.
Comic. You're not meant to do this new tour, you know.
You're not Metallica's new tour.
Yeah. So look, I'm not gonna commit to 3 days or one day months in advance unless you give me my fucking press badge. If you do that, then I'm good. I'm in. Yeah, I'll be there all. I'll make sure I'll be there all 3 days. I'll make it worth your while, you know, for coverage. But you don't do that, I'm not gonna pay in advance. What if there's, you know, we're right here in LA County, we're in a triple demic. You know,
Wait,
so,
what's the third thing?
the RSV, the influenza, and the COVID.
Oh, jeez, I don't even know what RSV is.
Yeah, that's the thing they sent me now at my job where I have to deal with people. It's like, hey, you gotta, you know, you might want to start putting on a mask. I'm like, nah, fuck that. My let's go, Brandon. Yeah, but yeah, but that's so right off the bat, I was sour, and I remember going in, and right where you go in, there's that display hall with a bunch of cool shit, and it's cool stuff. And I tell Larry, I'm like, Larry, you can't even catch COVID here. And he's like, no. This is just you know, they had the little streaming station for games, and I thought they were doing a Midnight Suns demo, but it turns out it was just somebody painting a Midnight Suns mural,
which was a good looking mural.
It turned out to be good looking, yeah, not at the beginning, but yeah, it turned out to be good. And they had good stuff, but it just felt like that little hall had a bunch of good stuff that it felt like that could be it. It felt like Long Beach Comic Book. So, I was ready. He goes, no, you got to go through the bridge and go to the other side, and that's where we went and we saw all this cool stuff. We had a couple Voodoo Rangers with Larry, although Larry didn't drink. But yeah.
No, I didn't have Voodoo Rangers. I drank something else. Yeah. Because Voodoo Ranger seems cool. Like I love the branding of it, but it's beer, right?
It's an ale. Yeah.
Ale.
Yeah.
I don't do the ale as much. I like the you know, like cocktails.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you one. I'm gonna get you a good. They have a Voodoo Ranger that's like more juice based, not gear based.
I'll mess
Yeah.
with that.
I'll give you that. We'll make a YouTube video reviewing it.
I like it.
Comparison.
I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree though. Like the place where you walk in to LA Comic Con was definitely like you could tell. Like, oh, well, I won't say you could tell, but if that was the whole convention, you'd be disappointed because it definitely had a feel like, okay, this is like a smaller kind of thing happening here, and it wasn't like there were still interesting things there.
There was things
But
to buy
if-
and there was things to experience, and it's like it
Right.
could have been. It could easily have been it, and that's why I said it
Yeah.
felt like Long Beach Comic Con, where it was like it could have been it. And we had a good time at Long Beach Comic Con. So
We did have a good time at Long Beach Comic Con. That's true.
So it's like you could still have a good time there. I showed Larry the
Right.
magic of the cameras there. Like, Larry, if you stand here, this camera will do this and this camera will do that. He's like, oh wow,
It's true.
that video is coming soon.
Yay. But yeah, no, it was but that was just like the appetizer, and then you have to go to like the main hall to see like to get the full LA Comic Con experience, which was really cool. Like and I mentioned this to Moses too at a particular point during the con, where one thing that LA Comic Con does and has done since its inception, and like back when, like, because I guess technically like LA Comic Con, it was what, Kamikaze, right? And then it was Stan Lee's Comic Con, and then it eventually turned into LA Comic Con. And so, but through every iteration of that, one of the main things it did was like the main stage was like just out there on the show floor. So if you want to see like the big panels, you don't have to go away from the show floor off to like some room or anything like that, or wait in line and be away from the con. Like you can just stand inside the convention and watch stuff happen. And that was cool because that was the same experience that we had as well, where Mo and I were watching William Shatner talk about stuff inside the con, just because that's how LA Comic Con does it.
And I that was an interesting experience for me because I haven't seen him in person since I became a Star Trek fan. So I definitely had the nerdgasm moment, and hearing him talk like felt different now that I love Star Trek. So that was pretty cool. and we have video of that too, so that's coming up. Larry actually got to shop. Actually, I shouldn't tease that yet. No, I can't tease that shit. Damn it.
No, you can't tease that yet.
Hold on. Let's see here.
Larry got
Okay.
to shop.
Uh-oh.
Larry
I
got
don't know
to
what
shop.
I'm not sure what he's talking about.
And he got more Transformers pops.
Nah, not yet. Not yet. It's like, even though I'm missing a couple, but not too many.
I don't think they have that many.
No, they don't.
Here's a little teaser of Larry shopping. He's like, should I order now?
Thank you.
Look, I don't know what y'all see on your end. It's kind of freezing up on my end a little bit.
Same.
Yeah, same.
It'll be fixed in post production. It's fine.
There it is. We'll fix it in post. This is me looking at X-Men, at old X-Men comics.
Not after Lawrence fired the editors.
Damn you, Yee.
Yeah, man. But yeah, no, I saw like the dude was he just had like a set of like early, or not a set, but some early X-Men comics that were just there. And I'm like, oh, let me go take a look and see what's over here, just to see, Like, I mean, I wasn't obviously, because they were sitting out like this. I was like, okay, there's not gonna be anything like extravagant. Like, I'm not gonna mess around and like slide open and be like, oh, X-Men #1. Imagine that. Like, I knew that wasn't gonna happen, but at the same time, it was like, it was cool. Like, there were some like early issues of X-Men, and it's like definitely like fillers, like for people that have the key issues already. And if you're like, oh, I want every issue of X-Men that ever existed, those are the in-betweens. And so I'm like, oh, that's very cool though. Like, I just, I like X-Men.
Larry, was that anything that you would have like you didn't feel the need to buy any of those at that moment?
I mean, now, when you say the need, or if we're talking about the need, no, I didn't feel the need, but the want, sure. You know what I mean? Where it's like one of those things, like, because
they were
ideally,
they were moderately priced. Like,
oh yeah,
we could have got that whole shelf for like $250, $300.
What year were they from?
They're from the early X-Men, so it's the 60s.
Yeah. It's the 60s. They're like $40.
Yeah, no,
they were in pretty decent shape. Average price. Because I eyeballed it. Like, as he was looking, I'm like, man, should this be Larry's present? Should I just
Money Magnum?
Yeah,
Money Magnum.
But I decided to be more humble this year.
As you should.
Resolution early. So I'm like, I'm like, but it's like, because I mean, as an X-Men fan, like any one of those would have been like a cool get. Like, but I didn't 100%. Like when I saw you looking at them, I felt like you probably had them.
No,
you're just playing.
Because no, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, like I don't own any actual like 60s comics X-Men, period. And it's not like, I would like them one day, but I guess in my mind it's like, okay, it feels like especially considering, like, for instance, like I don't even own like a giant a freaking giant size X-Men #1, which is firmly into the 70s.
Right.
And it's like, that's a obtainable book. Like, it's not like, it's going to cost you a little bit because obviously it's the first appearance of like very like key characters. But it's one of those books where it's like, I can afford, well, or at least I could have afforded, like, let's put it like that, a giant size X-Men #1, because it's, you're talking about like, say, hundreds of dollars versus tens of thousands of dollars. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's like, but in my mind, I'm just like, okay, as a person that loves X-Men and would love to have like a complete X-Men collection one day, it's like you get the keys first, right? Because it's like, why would I mess around and collect every X-Men? Like, and I think that's my mentality on it, where it's like, if I don't have giant size X-Men #1, I don't need the issues that come before it or that come after it until I get giant size X-Men #1, and then you have that key, and then you're like, okay, I can fill in the in between, because all those books are going to be like, books that I can spend, 10, 5, 10, 15 bucks on, depending, because nobody cares about a lot of the books that fill in between. So it's like, let me get that first, and then I can go from, like, say for instance, fill in the gap between giant size X-Men #1 and like 1990s X-Men #1, and that way I can have everything in between and fill it like that, as opposed to like just getting random issues and just having like, oh, I have X-Men #27, and it's like, okay, why do I have X-Men 27 if I don't have 26 and 28? And that, maybe that's just me being a little too methodical about it, because I know other people probably collect different, but that's how I see it. Where I'm like, I would get it in eras, So yeah, one day I believe I will own a copy of X-Men #1, but that's gonna be a little while from now because that's a very luxury item. You know what I'm saying? That's just the fact that I've even held an actual copy of X-Men #1 almost feels like I owned it already. Because most people can't say that. Most people haven't actually I don't know if I have the milestone edition. Like I do have a reprint of it, but I don't know if it's like the milestone edition. It might be just every now and then they'll do like the #1s. Like I have a reprint of X-Men #1.
Okay. I think I have the milestone edition.
Yeah,
it came with one of the toys, like that first run of toys. I think it came with one of them. So that's cool. That.
Like I would look if there's a copy of X-Men #1 that comes with toys, I would like that. Just because why not?
When I was doing Loot Crate, I wish Oz was doing his videos where he could handle my package, and he would Action Comics, because I have Action Comics #1 Loot Crate edition, which that in itself might be worth something, just because it was back before Loot Crate was famous.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another video of Larry at LA Comic Con. He's over here. He goes.
I'm gonna throw something in the screen there.
There you go. Hopefully, it's not too laggy. But Larry and I were walking. This is kind of the shit we did, where we were just walking and talking shit, and it was fun. We ran into we had a chocolate tasting. We had
yeah.
Larry actually got his money's worth.
Yeah, like a lovely couples event.
You should have been there for the champagne.
Oh
it was magical.
Like, we actually and that's the thing. Like I had the body cam on, and we're just like doing our thing, and that's why I told Oz earlier, like it was better because it was just Jay wasn't there, and it's like I love when Jay's there, but we usually get self-conscious about what we do. This time we just did our thing, and the camera was rolling, and then we just edited into content. Like we're equally, Larry and I together were equally in tune into getting drunk and doing work too.
It's true. It's true.
It just works. It just works perfectly. And then as opposed to like when we're all together as a big group, it's like, oh, we just want to get drunk.
Yeah, because I've never wanted to just get drunk.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what you want to do. You never want to interview somebody.
Like if you want, I could start the day drunk and then just turn your camera on and we'll see what happens.
It's a nice white words. That's what happens when Oz just gets drunk.
Me and Liefeld are just gonna have to have at it. Don't let me catch Jurgens. Let me catch Jurgens. He's gonna catch something.
I can't wait for this video to post up. Oh, go ahead, Mo.
No. But yeah, it's definitely like the getting drunk problem isn't. That's a Freudian slip. Problem, yeah. The getting drunk part isn't the problem. It's the creating content problem. It's like when we're all together, we don't create shit unless we're live.
Half our video becomes like a legal liability, so we can't.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. When it's Larry and me, it's like we're 50-50. 50-50. We're 50% partying, 50% professional. It worked really great. And I'm excited for WonderCon. Like I think I'm a pick a day where I just with Larry just by myself, and then we all meet up and do our thing. But yeah, this dude had a
This
bunch
guy
of
was
custom
great.
Lego shit, and
Yeah,
he's
like he
definitely
made
like
like custom Lego murals, as you can see right there, where he has like the
yeah,
Boba Fett and the Mandalorian.
yeah. And then he showed us a little like sneak peek of what he's working on that's not out yet. Like he hasn't even showed on his social media. But
Yeah,
yeah,
because he did
good
like a
stuff.
whole set of
Yeah, it was a
Bad
great thing.
Batch murals. Yeah, man. There were a lot of really interesting and talented people at LA Comic Con this year. And yeah, it was just great just to like literally just walk around and chat with folks, man. Like, you know. We had an
Yeah.
amazing conversation with oh, go ahead.
No, that's the vibe here at this LA Comic Con felt more like the San Diego Comic Con special edition, where it's more
Yeah.
of like the hometown show. And you know, LA has never
Mhm.
been the hometown feel for anything. So having it feel like that for a LA Comic Con was actually very like refreshing. Aside from the fact
Yeah.
that they didn't have a box office.
Right. Right. No, and I think you're right, Mo, because you're right. Like it feels like, you know, generally speaking in LA, it's like, you know, you never necessarily know who's who and who's like somebody that you may have to like I feel like the vibe sometimes is like you don't know where your next opportunity is gonna feel like it might come from. So everybody's
Yeah.
like on all the time. And it did
Yeah.
feel like in LA Comic Con for whatever reason this year, like the vibe was very comfortable. It was very relaxed. And it's like cats didn't care about trying to make sure that they were like well, it's not like they didn't well, I don't want this to come across the wrong way. It didn't seem like people were like too concerned about whether they were like putting their best foot forward. They were just happy to be there. And they were just like, hey, I'm gonna just be here and be in my space and like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just gonna vibe. And it's like if you're with this vibe, great, and if you're not, that's okay too. And that's the vibe I got from like the gentleman you just saw that did the Lego murals, or if you're talking
Yeah.
about Ghost. And I was gonna say, like, we had a great conversation with Teenie Howard, who is the current writer of Knights of X, which is the
I didn't even feel like hitting record on that because you totally like ignored that you had the mic and turning it on. So it's like I'm not gonna get good audio. There's no point in doing it. And it's not like I feel like, oh, if she sees a camera and mic, she's gonna be different. Like she had no sense. If we had a mic, she would have probably just it would have been the same exact conversation if we had a mic or didn't. But you just you literally were just geeking out, and it's like, man,
oh yeah,
it's like, should I just have like a weird silent video of Larry geeking out? And I didn't want to ruin the vibe because we also have our boy Henry Barajas, who wrote he, Batman Urban Legends. He came up and he's like, you're Larry, like, oh, go ahead, in case he's a fan that's trying to buy something. And she's like, no, that's my buddy. And then he recognized us because he watches the show. So he's like, hey, you
shout out to Henry.
Yeah, Henry Baraz, man. Like our Batman Urban Legends out right now. And he's he gave us fist bumps and we talked, and then he left because Larry was hogging his time with his friend.
Hogging the Teenie right there. No, because I mean Teenie Howard was the writer of Excalibur, the current the Krakoa era Excalibur book, and she basically co-wrote Ten of Swords with Jonathan Hickman, which was the last like X-Men crossover in the Krakoa era. And just like talking to her and letting her know, like, hey, I appreciate the work and the wild like twist you put into that joint. And I think she was, I think she was like just happy to. Sorry, no, but I think she's just happy to have somebody just just appreciate what she does.
Yeah.
But the fact is, though, she was super cool, man. Like just like very comfortable and down to earth, and it was like, oh man, like It's just so well. I won't say it's so rare. What I'll say is not, especially like for someone like myself. I'm just like I'm used to meeting when I meet writers, especially many of them don't necessarily have the kind of social skills to match like the energy that I'm bringing to them. And so, sometimes I try to like, I almost feel like I have to dial it back sometimes because I don't want to weird them out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable. Like, oh, and with Teenie Howard, man, it was like, oh no, we were like right here. We were vibing. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
It's
She's a
not like
social writer.
she could be the fifth member any day, like anytime
Yeah.
we broadcast easily.
100%.
She could take Derek H's spot. And
Look, she's like, oh, we're kicking Hecht off right now and replacing him with Teenie Howard. Damn, Hecht, I'm sorry, friend.
Damn.
Sorry. We love you.
I'd understand.
write some comics, Heck. Write some comics.
Write some comics. Write effing comics. No, but the reality is, I was like, oh, dude, like, man, I can't wait till we get to a point where we can have drinks with Teenie Howard because I feel like she's gonna be a cool person to hang out with.
WonderCon's coming up. We'll be here before
Indeed.
Yeah.
Hey, Mayor, how would you feel about a facsimile of X-Men #1?
I mean, listen, X-Men #1 is one of those books where I'm just like, any iteration of that wants to exist and be a part of my collection, I'll take. You know what I mean? Like, there's no, like, it's X-Men #1. Like, it's, yeah. And look, I have, and I'm growing, like, in the same way how you talk about your Dragon Ball collection. Like, I have, like, a first class like shrine that I'm like, which I haven't actually set up yet, hence why like my pops are in the box. But it's one of those things where it's just like, oh, sorry, where it like in the same way how I have, I got little Lego versions of all of the first class members of the X-Men. So if I'm going to have like dozens of versions of Cyclops, why wouldn't I have dozens of versions of X-Men #1? Why not? Like, yeah.
Do you happen to have $4,000? Because I just found this on eBay of the original.
I don't happen to have $4,000.
Original, right? You'd settle for
and that.
All right,
Wait, say it again?
I found,
you settle for like a reprint.
Well, I don't want an extra expensive reprint.
well, I,
You know
I
what I'm
found
saying?
the
Like,
facsimile. So we got a $4,000 one, or this facsimile for $20.
see, and that's what I'm saying. Like, here's what I'm saying: a $4,000 version of X-Men #1 makes me feel like it's not an actual, like, what is that? Like a second printing or a third printing?
It's graded. It's like a 1.5, but it's graded.
So it's just okay. See, and that's the thing. And so, I guess my thing is like, okay, I don't know if I like, maybe if I can't afford a more and I guess here's the thought too. I don't know if I want to buy a graded version of X-Men #1 first. Like, I feel like I might want to have an unslabbed version of X-Men #1.
So you said you had the entire first class in Lego form?
Yeah, I got like
all of them, like Havoc, Darwin, Banshee.
no, that's not. See, man, if you listen, Oz, why are you like this,
That's
Oz?
X-Men First
Why are you
Class.
pushing my buttons? Why are you doing this,
That's
Oz?
first class.
Oz? Oh, you son of a bitch! See, this is why I'm hoping the MCU does the right thing, and when they make it their X-Men movie, that they make the actual first class. And don't get me wrong, who knows? Like, I know that at this point they're probably gonna like race swap a few people, but at least if it's the
Don't they want to make what's his face Esposito Professor X?
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, that's or it's a rumor. It's been a rumor for a while now. Like, yeah, Giancarlo Esposito as Professor X, and maybe Denzel Washington as Magneto. Which
What?
No,
What?
great actors, but no.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. The thought. I think the idea is they're like, if you do white Magneto, people are gonna be like, he needs to have the Holocaust origin. But I mean, and then there's that aspect where you have to treat that with a particular level of reverence, obviously, and
Or-
but you also like it puts Magneto, like it makes him like an octogenarian or a
No. Look,
centurion.
it's you do what they're doing with Fantastic Four. You start them off in whatever timeline they're supposed to be, and then
Mhm.
you multiverse them into the regular MCU timeline. It actually makes for interesting stories because a
Mhm.
young Magneto who has lived his life, through the Holocaust and all that, and has
Mhm.
that anger, and like
Mhm.
put him in today, where there's that
Right.
undertone of the things that he knows,
Mhm.
like it would seem like paradise, but he sees things
He sees some
happening,
bullshit.
like he thinks he sees familiarity, like, oh, I've seen this
Mhm.
before, like I've seen where this is going,
Do you
and
think
especially
that?
with mutants, and
Mhm.
I think it would make for an interesting story.
Do you think
I agree
Disney
with
would
that.
even want to touch the Holocaust at all?
No.
It's I don't think it's that they want to avoid the Holocaust. I kind of think Lawrence hit it on the head, where it would just make him so old. You know, if he was in the Holocaust, yeah, he'd have to be in his 80s.
Yeah, but he's a
Mhm.
mutant. Namor was like 500 years old.
and
Yeah.
and that's the thing too, where
And he's a
like I
mutant.
feel like the Black Panther, like the Wakanda Forever thing, like that's in some ways a bit of a test case, you
Well,
know?
I
Like
mean, Namor had like the special
No
vibranium,
more.
uh, the special vibranium steroids, right?
I mean
But he
he go ahead.
he would the way that he said mutant is almost how he would classify it, but the way that Marvel reader would classify it would be more of a mutate. Like she took it and he got the benefit synthesized through her biological system, and it gave him that in a sense. So
I
that
saw him as a
oh,
combination of uh
it's almost like the gamma radiation, like the celestial tampering of the genome affected Bruce Banner through the gamma bomb that activated that. And with Namor, it was that.
yeah, because
And
he's still aging. It's
yeah,
just
he's
really
just
slow.
slower. Yeah, it's a lot slower. And he's he stays away
Mhm.
from the sun. So yeah.
But I think it's like part of it is just like, well, if they can do that with Namor, which like they're like, let's see what the reception's like, and the reception has been pretty positive, and so I feel like that kind of
But
is
it's
the thing
almost
where people might look at them or look at that and feel like, okay, well, maybe we can do this with the X-Men.
the the reception, because the people they've used to uh uh talk about mutants have been people
Mm-hmm.
that um you know it's been throughout Marvel's history. It's like mutant, inhuman, like
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's not, and they're not fucking Jubilee going through puberty and not knowing what to go, and then Cyclops shows and Jean show up at their house. Oh, Cerebro said you're gonna be here. We're gonna take you from your family to make sure you're safe and teach you how to use your power. You know what I mean? They're not
Yeah.
like real X gene people, you know,
Right.
and that's like, you know, in a way, it's kind of like pussyfooting, you know.
Mhm.
It's not like you're not going balls deep mutant, you know.
No.
Like they're none of them are Beak, you know.
Eek, that's a deep cut.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, a dude like Beak is like, what the fuck? I'm a fucking
Right.
mutant in this fucked up
Right.
world. Like, I'm a fucking mutant, you know? Like, and I don't even have powers. Like, I got bird hollow bones, but I can't even fucking fly. I just have a
Right.
fucking beak, you know? Like,
Yeah.
none of them are Beak. So it's
Right.
like easy to do it with them. It'd be easy to do it with Cyclops at this point. But it's like, you're not, like, if you do it the way that they've been doing it with Miss Marvel and Namor, or I'm sorry, Namor, it's really like really like half-assed, not half-assed. It's a safe way to do things, and you know, comics, especially throughout the 60s and dealing with mutants and Black Panther and all this stuff, never played it safe. You know,
Mhm.
they kind of pushed the envelope in their industry, and that's not the way the shit should be. You know, especially coming in, like it should be like, you know, challenge people's expectations. Fuck it. If they don't like it, they don't get it. 60 years from now, it'll be legendary.
Hell yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
That's what I felt what they did with Thor and Ragnarok. Like 60 years from now, it'll be Citizen Kane.
Nah.
I'm sorry. Citizen
No, wait, Ragnarok or Love and Thunder?
Both. I put them both together. Like you can't have one without the other. Like otherwise, you just have Thor, the dark.
Sure you can.
You have Thor: The Dark World, and everybody hated that. Now all of a sudden, everybody is like, I misjudged Dark World. After
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Right.
after Love and Thunder, not after Ragnarok, but you only get to Love and Thunder through Ragnarok.
I mean, yeah, but I don't. Yeah.
It's not a
I guess
positive. but
that's
it's
right.
true.
Yeah. Exactly.
Look, but that's what I'm saying. Like you let him do his thing there, that's what you get. You let James Gunn do his thing in Guardians 1, you get Guardians 2. You know, like that's
Yeah.
that's the same shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same
Gotcha.
exact thing. Other people wrote Guardians 1, they let James Gunn do Guardians 1 write and direct. You let
Mhm.
Taika Waititi direct and somebody else wrote it, then you let him write and direct, and that's what you get. Like
Mhm.
Thor Love and Thunder is the Guardians 2 of the Thor series.
You never go full YTT.
I mean, I've been full YTT since fucking Flight of the Conchords. I'm all in on YTT. I love it. I'll take it.
Give him a Batman movie.
Oh, dude, he'll make Batman 66 in modern day, and you'll love it.
Shit, yes.
I'd like him to make a Beak movie, but I'm worried with the current MCU, it'd be a Condorito movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ryan
Condorito,
doesn't get that because he doesn't.
el hombre sin rito.
I don't know what that means.
That's because you're not. Yeah, because you don't remember. You don't listen to our show.
Because you hate your South American roots.
Give him a
No, we literally gave him the history of Condorito and everything, and he doesn't
it?
remember.
He don't even not remember.
I
that
remember
episode.
Condorito, but you said something. You said a phrase. I don't know what the phrase means.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, I said el hombre sin rito, which means nothing. It's just
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I was like, I don't know what that means. That's all I said. Like, I remember Condorito. I'm like, I don't know what you just said. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
I need to get some Condorito comics. I miss that.
look. That was a missed opportunity. We could have gotten a red carpet at that comic book movie.
For Condorito.
But, yeah, because it's a comic book movie, and you know. Are we still talking about LA Comic Con?
I don't know.
We can.
In summation, Larry, what would you know? Like, it was a good convention, right?
Oh, dude, fantastic. I can't wait to go back next year.
Now,
Yeah,
And you know,
I'm gonna
and I
buy
think
it
it'll be good. Oh, go ahead, what?
I might actually buy it online this time, ahead of time.
Well, listen, I feel like next year we're gonna be there as
At the
exhibitors. But
stage. It's a stage.
yes, we're gonna be the Hall of F stage.
If you guys swing a booth, I'll go.
Hey,
Boom,
we're swinging.
done.
Look, we cut a deal literally in Artist Alley. They said you have a booth at WonderCon now.
Nah, well, that's WonderCon.
That's bigger than Comic Con.
Last time I was at WonderCon, it got shut down the next year. So
Yeah, look,
Is that true? What
look,
happened?
dude, this booth, Oz, this booth, Larry, you saw that booth, right?
Oh yeah, the booth was fantastic.
Look, it's the AUHS Foundation booth. Like,
Hmm.
they, you know, I've done charity work with them in the past, and they're the ones that got us into Comic Con that year, Oz, where we hung out with my mom. I know you don't remember it. My mom doesn't either.
Wow.
I remember.
Wow.
Somehow she's in love with you, but
Oh, geez. Do you want to become Mo's stepdad, Oz?
That's just because I'm a good Catholic boy.
Mm,
I talked to her about Jesus.
that's her type.
Oz is like,
You know, I talking about my dad. Like, yeah, he does carpentry all the time. Like,
his dad's apprentice. But yeah, that booth looks like something out of a Kubrick movie. And
That's really
that
nice.
look, I'm going out on a limb. I'll just say it now instead of announcing it later on social media. Like that's going to be our backdrop for our shows from WonderCon. Fantastic Forum exclusive
when is WonderCon?
in March 20th.
Well, look, if you don't come, Oz, we'll pipe you in for WonderCon. We'll get an
Yeah,
Oz spot.
We're gonna set up. We're gonna have a setup for it. So
We'll have a little seat with a mannequin with a friggin' iPad and with your face on it, and then that way it'll be like you're there.
yep.
Is it going to be drunk?
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be drunk?
I'm always
Like
drunk.
it's gonna be your face, Oz.
The fact that you asked that question shows that you don't know me.
Well, like you're asking it like you're not the thing. You're the thing.
I am not the thing. I am Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's you, Oz. It's your face.
Maybe the
Is your face drunk?
because I am Latino heat.
Oz's face is drunk. Go home, drunk Oz face.
And realistically, that WonderCon is a test run for Comic Con next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we
weren't
need to
supposed
make sure that the drunk Oz face is ready.
Forget the iPad. Let's put a hood on it. Put a hood.
I don't like
Put
where
a
that's
hood,
going.
a black hood on the mannequin.
Right. Like Kanye.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry, that
we'll-
reminds me. Yeah, Larry. No, this is more off-air thing. Never mind, Larry. Sorry. I just had an idea that I can't tell you on air
Got you. Okay.
because you know.
Oz, yeah.
anti-Semitism. Yeah.
Listen. There'll be no anti-Semitism on or off air. Thank you. Anyway, what else do y'all want to talk about?
Dude, that
Or I'm sorry, Mo. How did you feel about LA Comic Con overall?
like I said, I had a blast, and like productivity wise, I felt great about it. Like we got a lot of work done, and I got a lot more work to do with this editing shit. But
Yeah.
because there's shows within, like I literally had a camera running throughout the whole thing while we were walking the perimeter, and that was a show in and of itself. Like we met a dude, and he just talked to us about what it's like to like comics. His dad introduced him to comics, like second get generation, and he bought his dad like Detective Comics 27, and then his dad couldn't read it, and he was mad that he couldn't read it because he got a graded copy for like $1,000 bucks or whatever, and he's like,
Yeah.
why can't I read it? Like he didn't understand the grading.
Right. He's like, what's in this case?
And he just walked up to us to just tell us, like, he just part of it is Larry, like being Larry, like people love him. They're just drawn to him, and he just told us this story while we're trying to buy comics, and yeah, so I have it all on tape, and I told him, look, bro, like we're recording, and you just came in, and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, I'm not. Don't apologize. I want to thank you because this is what we like. We like the real shit. Like that's been like my whole coverage of Comic Cons has never been realized until this point, where it's like fear and loathing Comic Con. Like you're experiencing it conversationally through the people you meet, and whether it's bad situations or good situations, you're documenting everything. And that to me, like it's finally a dream come true. It took 15, 16 years to get Fantastic Forum to do it, because we were doing it, but we weren't recording. Yeah. And here it was the right amount of recording and chaos, and it all just worked. And we have like several different interviews with just people that we just ran into. So forgive the audio if it's not perfect, but it's definitely like just us living our life in LA Comic, and it's just not. Yeah, it was. This is like, I felt like this is really like where I wanted this to go from the beginning, and it's finally
how you want to be covering conventions.
Technology finally caught up with what I want. And this is it. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming to the channel, so make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, and just me opening up a Pokemon card, which I have to share with you. It was a German Omanite card, and just that video alone just got like 5,000 views, so I'm on to something, I think. So I'm
a German Omanite
doing that. Well, it's Almanite card, but it's called Ammonitas because it's in German. The card is in German.
Oh,
so that alone gives it value. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, what?
And apparently, like, worth it. The $20, and it kind of isn't, but it kind of is too. Like I've seen it sold for about 50. Depending on the buyer, so it's the guy lied to me. Like it's not the value isn't real, but like I thought, like you don't see it in the video, but like I said, I'm a gambler. I'm like I'm a sucker for mystery boxes. Like that's why I'm like I'm Oz's biggest fan of his package, because
dang,
like I love
damned.
watching him open those things. You don't know what you're getting, like. Dude, like literally, like finally getting that Deathclaw built, it was like a dream come true for me, and I'm not even getting it, because it's like
there it is. It was a journey.
When you actually watch his videos, the drama, and I'm watching them for quality assurance, but also like I enjoy the videos. So
right,
it actually like I enjoyed it on two different levels. Yeah, here it is. I got a good picture of it. You don't see that in the video, but
Ammonitas.
Yeah.
Is that one of the new ones, or is that an older one?
That's an original.
I don't even know. I don't know nothing about this shit. Like I have no business buying. I just saw a box full of mystery Pokemon cards, and I calculated there was about 11 cards there, 12, 11 cards. And I'm like, $240. Should I just buy all of them? And I just bought the one, but that's what I got. Yeah.
Are you gonna wear it around your neck like Logan Paul now?
Shiny?
One at a time, please.
Is the card shiny? Like, is it a foil?
No, it's not a foil. It's just
slabbed.
It's just German in slab. Yeah, 6.5. Yeah. But I mean, if anybody wants it, like just fantasticforum@gmail.com. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, we gotta start having like contests and stuff, because I have a box of stuff that I can give away that I'm not using.
Yeah.
Let's do a Patreon, $5 every month. There's a winner, so that's your buy-in.
I like it.
And a raffle, and it's just $5 across the board. $5 a month. Everybody will win something eventually.
Right.
Because I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff too.
There it is. The
So-
Fantastic Forum comic collection.
Yeah, it's just buy our swag.
Yeah, I got stuff that I could like. I could sell, but it's it'd be like
It's a pain in the ass to sell. Like just in
Yeah.
doing this video stuff, I've invested in cameras. I have several different cameras, and I tried to sell them, and they buy them. They just never pay. So I'm not gonna send it. So I got a bunch of anybody's trying to start a YouTube channel. I got a camera for you. If you join
There
our
it is.
Patreon,
Oh,
you might win
No.
camera.
my stuff is.
I'd rather-
if you watch my box videos, like half that stuff I don't really want. So man, might as
Can I
well
get
go-
all the pins?
I probably if you really want them.
I have to join
There
the
it is.
Patreon.
$5.
No,
Yeah.
it would be better to give the stuff to the people that support us. Like, why wouldn't we want to do
Right, and that was part of the original plan because I always knew getting these boxes there'd be a lot of stuff that I don't really want, so
Mhm.
I've set it all aside to give to the people, and so at some point if we figure out a good way like the Patreon thing.
We actually at LA Comic Con, we actually filmed a mini documentary on pins, on what it's like to sell pins. You know, and that was
You
one
really
of the
want those pins.
No. I'm saying like that's a whole thing. Like I gotta look. You can't see it here because it's not in focus and I can't zoom. I have this is just a mini a representation of my pin collection. And but you know, fuck it. Oh no, I actually mounted it on. I can't bring it off. These are all, for the most part, all Marvel versus Capcom unofficial like pairings. Like you just fight. You know how you get the fight screen like when they're fighting.
Mhm.
Like I bought screens, like whatever screen you can get, like Jill Valentine versus the Hulk. I have that, you know, and then I just grabbed the screen, threw it out, and just mounted those there. Like I love pins.
There's a quick teaser. I did just shoot a video where I was angry, and the pin is the root of my anger.
Oh, I'm
And
excited.
that's
Like-
the one Mo wants.
It's one of those where like as I was working on it, I was like I gotta look into this, and then I did. And I had to like shoot a whole nother scene, like because it's just like I couldn't believe what. All right, that's enough. All right, I'm gonna.
That's a hell of a teaser.
Oz's package.
I gotta. Yeah, there's a couple things I gotta do to the video, but it should be coming up soon.
Yeah.
Oz's pin size package.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like we talked to because Larry was like, "Are pins really a big thing?" And I'm like, "They're not as big now, but they were for a while." And there's the Disney pin collectors, and that's been big since like the 80s, you know,
Right.
70s. So I know dudes that had like they would buy those fisherman vests and just fill them with pins.
Right.
They would go to the shrine and sell them. And I'm actually Eskimo brothers with a dude that used to do that. So we dated the same girl in different time frames, and she was like, "You really buying all those?" And look, he would like every now and then he would just sell like 3 or 4 pins and pay the rent
That's crazy.
in the 90s, you know. And that
Right.
it's a trip. It's a trip, and I never got into those, but I did get I get into the weird and I was telling Larry in our mini documentary that we shot that it's very like I rather go for the bootleggy ones because they're more unique than the official ones. The official ones, you know, there's a production amount. Like those Loot Crate ones. Like I love and it's funny because in it I go, I love Oz's package because and he goes, "Oh, you love Oz's package, oh gay." Like, you know, you never hear Larry say that unless you watch that video. But but I was like, you know, those actual pins are like the achievements that you get on your Pip-Boy. You know, and my only criticism of those pins are they're not green and black like they would be on a Pip-Boy. You know what I mean?
They used to be all like a polished whatever brass or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I actually said it when they started changing to where the inside of it is black
Yeah, the
The
high
contrast
contrast.
outline looks a lot
Yeah.
better, but I still hate them.
Yeah, no, if they were green and black, and then you do it glow in the glow, like that's it. Like any bootleg pin makers, you make a set of Fallout achievement pins, I'll buy all of them. And I don't even play Fallout like that. Like I just started New Vegas.
New
Yeah,
Vegas is a good game though.
It's great. I love the tutorial level.
It's very it's loved in the Fallout community. Like people are
Yeah.
paying big money for that game.
And like I like Fallout from back in the day. Like I remember Larry when I first met Larry. I just bought this game right now, and it was the Brotherhood of Steel game, the unofficial Fallout game. And he was like, "Why would you buy that?" Like it's the Brotherhood of Steel, man. Like I love the Brotherhood of Steel. Yeah, and Larry's like, "Why would you buy that?" I remember that Thursday afternoon like no other.
It's like he judged me from the beginning. Day one. So yeah,
But
man.
all in all, that's my experience for LA Comic Con. Like I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And WonderCon's only going to be better.
Indeed. So Oz, next week, are you gonna tell us about Midnight Suns?
Damn it.
Uh-oh, are you muted? Are you muted?
I was. No, I don't have it. I didn't buy it.
Oh, I thought you got it. Did you not get it?
No,
He was only.
I went to check if I pre-ordered it. Because if I pre-ordered it, then yeah, I would have played it. I would have got it, played it, and all that. But they said I didn't, so I was like, all right, bye.
But you could have pre-ordered it.
I could have, didn't want to. I mean, well, look, you guys weren't getting it, and I've been burnt with Avengers, and Gotham Knights.
Oh, you didn't like Gotham Knights?
I
Nobody
liked it, but it gets repetitive real quick. Like
Gotcha.
every mission is go to this area that looks like the other area and beat up thugs.
Yeah.
That's all that game is. Might be more fun with other people, but I don't know if that's even been added yet.
Right.
So, yeah, I wasn't in a big hurry, and I like Fire Axis. I like XCOM, the XCOM's games.
Right.
But
so
I'll wait till I can get it a little cheaper. And none of you
That's
guys are
fair.
getting it, so it's not like we could play together. Well, I don't.
Larry has it already.
Oh, so Lawrence will tell us about Midnight Suns.
Yeah. No, I got it. I got it. Yeah, I got it as a gift. And so that's I was wondering if you ended up getting it or not, but or I thought you had already gotten it, honestly, because that's why I thought you were asking us. But I will say that
I stopped playing Gotham Knights when I got God of War Ragnarok, which came with a Mjolnir too.
Did it really?
Yeah, I can go get it. It's nice.
Yeah, what's the Mjolnir look like? I want to see it.
You talk about whatever nonsense you were going to talk. I'm going to get something cool.
But yeah, I want to see the Mjolnir. But
he thinks he's Thor now.
I still have to finish playing the latest, or not the latest, but the God of War that precedes Ragnarok, because I have it and I got that's how I got my my PlayStation 4. Like I got that set, but I haven't finished.
But you gotta get PlayStation 5 for that, for Ragnarok.
I don't think so, but maybe.
I think there's a PS4 version. I think
there is too, but
I mean, I'm sorry, that's
and I might get a PS5 eventually anyway, just because it's like, isn't that like the Miles Morales is on PS5 only though, right? Oh no, there's a PS4 version of that too. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no real reason to get a PS5. Like, even me, like, there was no real reason to get a Series X aside from the Microsoft games. But realistically, like, I bought my Series S on Black Friday, and I'm playing Fable.
I heard there was a real good deal on it Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gave Heck my mode deal. I didn't realize. I gave a personal mode deal to Heck on Twitter because I didn't realize that he was complaining about Black Friday. Like when he was talking about Black Friday, I didn't realize he was actually being assaulted and hurt. Like, hey,
I was being kidnapped.
and then he, okay.
There it is.
Yeah, even his response was like, oh, okay, thanks. You know, but I'm like, what the heck would a-
He's like, how's it help
But
me
I
not
didn't realize-
bleed?
right? But basically, like if you buy the Series S was discounted $50 period across the board, every retailer for Black Friday. And if you buy it from Target, you get a $50 gift card. But if you buy it on the Target app and then just drive up and pick it up and not deal with these plebes,
Mhm.
you can get when you spend more than $80, you get a $20 credit too. So I got it for like $180 for the Series
Nice.
S. Yeah. But
I
yeah,
just
I only
remember-
got it. Go ahead.
I just remembered a Black Friday story. You guys will appreciate this. The boss was gonna get mini chimneys for Black Friday, so we could have, a little potluck, whatever. And he kept building this up, man. He kept building this up like for 2 weeks. Yeah, we're gonna get mini chimneys. And then he started talking to me like, yeah, we're gonna get rice and beans, and we're gonna have all this stuff. We're gonna have this big ass spread. I get there Black Friday. I see the chimneys, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm ready for it. Lunchtime, I'm there. And I look around. I'm like, hey, where's beans and rice? There's no beans and rice. So I started talking to him like, where's the beans and rice? We got mini chimneys. You were building those up. Where's the beans and rice? Oh, they talked me out of it because we have all these snacks and everything. We didn't really need beans and rice. I'm like, that's false. You need the beans and rice for the mini chimneys. Otherwise, it's just egg rolls.
Turns
I
out,
mean?
turns out the beans was you all along.
Pretty much.
I would say who the rice is, but then you get canceled.
I've never heard the term mini chimneys. Like,
No.
what's that? Heck, is that in Arizona?
So there's several
I-
places, and I think. What were we saying?
No, go ahead. Explain, please.
So there's there's like 2, maybe 3 Mexican places in town that they'll cater. And when they cater, instead of just making chimichangas, they'll make mini chimichangas. And they're the size of like an egg roll, but more fat because they're chimneys.
Kind of.
The
Oh
salt-
man, that sounds delicious.
The
Dude,
salsa.
I knew it. I knew what he meant. I was like, yeah, mini chimneys. I didn't know that you had to have the.
I do too, but we have a whole audience that doesn't from around the world.
Do we?
So I'm trying to do a
Dude.
show for everybody, Larry.
The Germans are like, what is a mini chimney? Mini chimney. It's like, what is that? Is that like Elf on the Shelf?
I'm fine, Jimmy.
Is mini chimney? Is that like heck on a deck?
Damn. Yep. There it is.
Oh, schmack.
The salsa
All right.
is so good though. So good.
Yeah.
Anything else
Larry,
y'all want to talk about before we get out of
real
here?
Quick. Look, Larry, we need to talk about this fucking Transformers Prime, man. What the fuck? Yeah, we can talk about that.
No. We're just showing me owner because Oz did go get it. So thank you, Oz. That's pretty cool. That's very cool, actually. Transformers,
Really
yeah,
heavy, hard to pick up.
freaking Transformers.
You're not worthy.
What? Yeah, Mo, speak on it.
I was actually hanging out with my brother, who's a big Transformers fan. Like, I want to say he's a bigger Transformers fan than Larry, but
Oh, that's not true.
only
Lies.
no. But again, like there's caveats because my brother is like he's a hood person, you know, he's old school, and he does like just like I told you earlier, where he just showed me a picture of my dad in the hospital, like looking all frail and shit with no context. That's how he talks to me about Transformers 2. Like he's like Transformers Kingdom N-word. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like I know you like I could tell you like it by adding N-word to it. But like, you know, you want me to watch it? Do you want to have a discussion about it? Like, and then every now and then he'll send me a random metal album. Like, and because we have a running thing where we're supposed to do a metal podcast together, and we have we have a storage space where it's our metal museum where we have like over 6,000 records and CDs and shit in storage. So we're supposed to open that back when I was 16, and but you know, he always says like, you know, there's a metal album for everybody. You just got to find who these people are. You know, just how I am with comics. Like depending on what movie you like, I can get a comic for you. And he's like that with metal albums. And so every now and then he'll just send me a random album, and it's like I'm like, what about this album? It's great, yeah. Oh no, that's the one that you can get your friend into if you know if they don't like metal. This is what could get them into something that's metal, you know. So he happened to be with me when the trailer dropped, and we literally had the same questions, like, what the fuck? Like, why is Optimus Primal so big? Like, why are they still robots when they're not transformed? You know, why is Cheetor so big? Where are the fucking Predacons? You know, like. And then even in the Transformers logo, there's like it transforms from maximal symbol to minimal symbol, and then to Transformers symbol. Like there's no Predacon symbol, and the closest thing we get to a Predacon is maybe Waspinator, and it's only because the burst is purple. But really, like Waspinator's burst is yellow. He just has purple outlines. I was angry, and you know, you've been, you know, heck, you've been with us for like 10 plus years, so you know, like I'm angry, but it's like that ain't my Beast Wars. Like there's no Beast Wars. Like he's watching it, and it's like, why is there a Porsche? Like why isn't this in prehistoric times? You know, and look, it's gonna sound weird. It's gonna sound weird, but I'll tell you the best shit you can get aside from the mainframe cartoon of Beast Wars, the best shit you're gonna get for Beast Wars is the IDW comic, because the IDW comic does a Beast Wars reimagining, but it follows the actual story and then just adds shit in between, adds different context and adds a little bit of different drama, but it keeps the same concepts. And look, I literally saw protoforms fall into the Hudson River here, and it's like, Death Charge better not be coming out of the fucking protoforms, like in the Hudson River. Yeah.
It's a Bayformers continuation, right? Because like they had Bumblebee in there.
Dude, they have everything. Look, they have everybody except the Predacons. They have every transform. That Jazz is in it. Bumblebee is in it. And Optimus is, and you know, my brother being the truck driver, he's like, "That's a nice truck, though." Like when they show Optimus driving down the George Washington Bridge, like, that's a nice truck, though.
Yeah. How you know he's not a bigger Transformers fan?
He's a bigger money fan than you are. Like that's a nice truck. But
it looks like it's going to be a good RC movie.
And I didn't like Optimus Primal's voice. Like this motherfucker, like he sounded like fucking like Umbaku. Like it's like why is Optimus Primal like why does he have to have an African accent? Like he's not from Africa. He's from fucking Cybertron.
Or is he?
You know? No, he's from Cybertron. Like literally, like that's the origin story. He's from Cybertron. He was fleeing. They were assigned, and that's the thing. Like, if you want to do a, dang,
It's Ron Perlman doing the voice too.
And he's doing blackface voice. That's fucked up.
Damn.
Yeah, Ron Perlman is Optimus Primal.
I thought Ron
Right.
Perlman was woke. But
I don't
that's cool
care
too.
about woke or not. Like, I don't give a fuck if David Duke does Optimus Primal. I just need to be right. But
Turns out Perlman is more broke than woke.
Damn.
yeah, look, he went woke and he went broke. He got to he stopped chewing even though cocksuckers. Fuck them
Hey,
all.
Hey, but that's a nice truck
Fuck 'em
though.
all. Yeah, it's a nice truck. But he was wowed by the scene where the Porsche transforms around the guy, and I wasn't like it's a cool visual. I'll take that in the Fast and Furious movie. I don't want that in my Beast Wars movie.
Yeah, it listen,
Yeah,
you all know me. At this point, like these Transformer movie trailers don't affect me because I've given up on this franchise from a live action standpoint. Like at this point, I guess a decade ago, right? When did the first Transformers movie come out?
About
it's when we started, like back when we were young bucks.
Yeah.
like 13
Yeah,
years ago. wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. So I'm just like, I'm already at the point where I'm just waiting for this phase of Transformers to like phase out.
The first one
And-
came out in 2007.
There you go. So like I've been not a fan since before that movie came out. And I went to go see it and I was like, man, this was just as disappointing as I was thinking it was going to be. And the only reason I went to go see the second one in theaters was because Vaughn convinced me to go and paid for it. He's like, come on, man. Come with me to go see the movie.
And then
Like,
we forced
and
you
I
to watch
went-
another one, right?
I paid
Huh?
for your ticket.
We forced you to watch another one, right?
Yeah, we watched, I think, the night one, like not all of it, but like, or was it Age of Extinction? No, it was
No,
Age of Extinction.
No, it was Dark
I
of
don't
the
know.
Moon. Dark of the Moon.
Dark of the
we moved.
Moon is the
Yeah.
second one, isn't it?
No, that's the
No,
third
that's the
one.
third
No, that's the third one.
Revenge of the
Oh.
Sith or whatever is.
I don't know which one. Look, we watched one at my house. I
This
remember
one
that.
with Mark Wahlberg's biceps stopping a Transformers sword.
Yeah.
strike. It was amazing. I love that scene. Like I want that in a poster of just his biceps flexing and stopping this
But-
5-ton sword coming down at his head.
The reality is, like, after I saw that second one, I was like, dude, I'm not going to go support this joint in theaters anymore because I need these movies to stop. And they only got more popular. And I don't know what it was about. Like, it wasn't the last one. It wasn't Bumblebee. It was one before that one. People were like, oh, these movies are dumb. And I'm like, they've been dumb. Like, what? What do you mean? Like, I don't understand what it was about that other movie because I haven't seen it. But I was like, I don't know what that other movie did before Bumblebee that was so bad that people were like, this is ridiculous. I can't imagine how it could get more terrible than it already was. But
Well,
we're here at the Beast Wars era, and I'm just like, this is what y'all get. Like y'all supported this. So I don't
Beast Wars is
Like,
supposed to be
here's
important.
the thing. Tiger Claw in Twitch chat says the new one is set in the 90s, so it's appropriate given how Beast Wars was made in the 90s.
Yep.
But it took
And
place like 1,000 years.
you know
from now.
that's a good argument.
No.
Kind of. You know,
Fuck you!
it's not like Beast Wars was made. It took place in prehistoric times.
Wait,
It's
Not-
just
whoa.
it's not. Go ahead.
Why? Wait, but why
Us.
would Beast Wars take place in the 90s if the other movies took place in the 2000s?
Because it's prehistoric.
You know why?
and the 90s are ancient.
I mean, Optimus Prime is
No,
is
but you
there,
know-
and he didn't show up until the 2000s
But you know why? You know why?
because it's
This is
stupid.
why.
Fuck you!
Because it's a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. And my brother, being the big Transformers fans that he is, he goes, this is some bullshit because they're like half like when they go into beast mode, they're still robots. And the whole point of Beast Wars was they hid as beasts because there's no cars there. So they actually turn into organic. They have organic bodies and then turn into battle mode and they're robots. And then the transmetal things happen when the raw energon crystals explode and they have to use different bodies, so their beast mode is now transmetal and then transmetal 2, and then it evolves into techno organic, the balance. Like it gets into this whole Star Wars gray Jedi shit when you get to beast machines, and that's the shit that he and I both love. And it's fucking and then he even said, like, he went deep dive into his Transformers fandom. He goes, that's why Animorphs was even like that. Like they were Transformers, but they transformed into people. And I'm like, motherfucker, like, were you chasing the Scholastics like bookmobile to read these Animorph books? That's not Benny. Like that's Transformers universe. He was in it. He was on it. And this was he. I remember him referencing Animorphs before the internet took off like that for him. Like I still had a 56K modem. He did it. And he was talking about Animorphs. So I know this motherfucker read those little Scholastic school books. But he finds a way to fit them in. Like, and that's why I say when he says Earthrise N-word, I'll take his word for it.
So
Tiger Claw asked in Twitch chat, what do you think of RC? This RC looks fantastic. Like I can't deny that. But it's not, it's still not RC. Like, and that's the bullshit. Like, if they actually, like, if RC looks like that, and I got I still have a gigantic ass Cheetor, but even with the gigantic ass Cheetor, I didn't see a rat trap. But if I see like, I think RC is, I believe she's Rat Trap's great grandmother. So if they don't do that, I'm really gonna be pissed.
is that from the IDW comic or something? Or
No, that's from the cartoon. Yeah.
Really?
So my great grandma RC, it said, like, he referenced something she said.
Oh,
From
wow.
Jen. Yeah.
Damn. But yeah, man, it looks like a mess to me.
It's like Tiger Claw says, I'm pretty sure Transformer fans were having a huge boner over RC. And that
I'm a Transformers fan. I wasn't having that.
Tiger Claw, that's so wrong. I would not look. If you're gonna reference some kind of like thing like that, you got to say like they were revved up for RC. Not
God damn it!
It's like you got to call it their spark plug.
yeah.
The end.
I'll spark her plug.
No.
I
Thanks,
hate it.
Mo, for
I
trying.
hate all of it.
It died. No. All right.
Every day
let's
we stray
do some
further
final
away
thoughts.
from God.
I know.
That's my final thought.
Wait, you gotta wait for the music.
Sorry.
Larry, did you hear that they canceled Wonder Woman 3?
Oh,
No,
there goes my
what?
final thought.
Oh. Let's see.
One
You're
at a
stepping
time.
on.
One at a time.
You're stepping on Oz's final thought, Mo.
Did Oz do a final thought?
No, that was
No.
what it was gonna be, but it's not anymore. I gotta delete that.
Okay. Hecht.
Yeah.
Hecht on the deck. Give us some final thoughts, man.
Every day we stray further away from God, like Michael Bay does with every Transformers film.
Amen, brother. Amen. Preach the gospel. Thank you so much for calling in, Hecht, and
Yeah,
being
no
a part
worries,
of the
man.
show today, man. We appreciate you, dude.
Thank you for being a part of Talking Pops #1.
Talking Pops.
That I thought that was supposed to be our podcast with me and Heck. It was Popcast,
Oh yeah,
but it never
Popcast.
got off the ground. Yeah.
There it is.
That's
So
why we
this was
slipped it in.
the unofficial pilot. Yeah, this was the unofficial pilot.
There it is.
We're waiting for AMC to pick us up.
Oscore, give us some final thoughts, man.
Bunch of videos on the way. Like, subscribe, tell people about us to get them to like and subscribe. If you don't like it, then let us know in the comments down below. Everything helps, and we can improve this show. Then you let us know how.
I agree.
You
I
can get
agree.
the camera off me now. I'm not that free.
Moses Magnum, final thoughts.
A lot of stuff coming from our trip to LA Comic Con, and I also did buy comics, and I didn't review them here on purpose. So they're going to be on the channel, probably our TikTok, probably our Hive. Dude, that's a thing, and Mastodon, that's a thing too. Like, they're probably going to be there too. And just subscribe, like, hit the bell, buy this shirt. So Larry can actually buy comics at a comic convention too.
Indeed.
That would
Do it. Do it.
Do you really like
the
that?
entire-
But
First stretch shirt.
you can do that all at fantasticforum.live.
That's the first time I did a distressed shirt. Like you're wearing my popped cherry.
For the entire Fantastic
It tastes
Forum, thank you all so much for hanging out. Oh, what?
He's drunk. Just send it.
I'm on the delay
Well-
because my internet's all jacked up.
Oh, that's okay. We'll be back next week. Thanks for hanging out with us. We do appreciate you. Like everybody said, let us know what you like, what you don't like, what we should do more of, what you might want a little bit less of, and we'll consider it, man. So we are the Fantastic Forum. Good night.
That's a good cut.